challenge the process. We all know that communism was built based on Marxism, which is from a guy named Karl Marx. And the communism was built based upon him. Then at the third Comintern meeting, the International Communist Party, Ho Chi Minh at that time, his name is Nguyen the Patriot, he stand up and say, well, you know what? Well, I don't like this theory anymore. This is not what we need. And why? The reason is Marxism was built based upon European history, was built upon European culture. It's not built for Asian culture. This is different. The culture is different. The way we fight is different. It's the rebellion in Asia, in Southeast Asia to be specific, is different from Europe because every day in our country, every day somebody stand up against the French, and everybody and that day the same person died. But even though they died, they keep standing up against them. So the fight between the colony and the one who come in and the mother country is really, really strong. It's a really, really big difference. Enable others to act. If you have U.S. history in high school, which I did in my exchange year, you will recognize this guy. His name is General von Winslow. He is to be considered a genius general in a lot of Europe, Western country. He has two big wins. First of all, is the Dien Bien Phu War. If you guys don't know, that's the last war. That's the French stay in Vietnam, and that's always the reason how Max Cao write the Ballad of Ho Chi Minh. This is to celebrate the win of the Dien Bien Phu War. And the second one in the American war is the Tet Offensive, which is probably like, if you have U.S. history earlier. And he's a genius general. Why I put he's up there? He's Ho Chi Minh discipline. And Ho Chi Minh has have a really interesting with the battle. He said this is a decisive battle. After this, we're gonna win, or they're gonna stay in our land. He said, do what you have to do in order to win this war. Trust him. He let him to make a decision. He gives the power to decide to him. And he did. He won both of this really, really important war that we need to fight in both French and American war. Okay, I have this picture up here. A lot of people see it in a different way. There's a lot of people look at this and say, wow, how cruel communism are. They make, kids labor. They make them working hard. But what do I see? I see something different. You see the smile on that boy? He's smiling. Why he's smiling? Because, I feel like when you do something for your country, for your family, that's what you do. That's the happiness of it. Why none of them feel like I'm a laborer? But look at them, they smile. All of them. They feel like, I put my little effort in it in order to save my family, to save my country. And also in your the handout that he gave you on the 5 practices of leader, under enable others to act, there's a quote. I'm sorry, I didn't bring that paper here, but it's really saying you don't know what is the capacity of them until you let them do. You enable them to act. You let them act, and most of the time they're going to exceed your expectation. And this is exactly what it said. Can you imagine this little kid carry that much wood? I don't think I can do that myself. But for his family, for his country, he did it, and they did it. The other practice of a leader is encourage the heart, and this is a picture of him sitting with our soldier. Well, the picture was taken at the special event in my country, historic event that at the beginning of our history, that's called Homs Kings. The different generation of Homs King build up our country. They are the first Vietnamese that is in our land. at this time, he came and visit all the soldiers at that place, and he said, this is what he said: all the home kings, they put the effort to build this country. Now it's our turn. It's our effort to protect it, to drive invader from this land. Well, I believe this is the best way to encourage somebody to fight for you. You fight not because of your personal interest, but you fight because of that is your country. That is your land right there. You have to protect it. Somebody build it. It is yours. You have to protect it. You have to drive invader so the land can be yours. The next picture I have is Uncle Ho with all the little kids. He knows that this kid someday is gonna inherit the land that he tried to protect. Encourage them, study hard. If you want to inherit this land, finish what we are doing right now. Study hard. He also said, either Vietnam can stand up with all other countries in the world. It's depend upon you. He said that to all the children. And that's actually it is. I'm standing right here with all of you guys. Trying to be an example of it. So yeah, that's a fire practice of a leader. And in conclusion, this is what I'm ending it with. Why do I put the title a leader and a father? We always say we have two fathers. Our biology father and him. I won't be able to stand here. Probably I still labor in some mine in Vietnam if we don't have him to save us from the French. It's different how people look at it. He said communism is bad, but the way he uses his tool to save us, that's the only hope that he see at that time, just to save us. And I mean, even though he's a leader in military, he's a leader in everything, he's still our father. He's still our uncle. We call it uncle because of, in Asian tradition, I don't know if Korea is different, but in our country, uncle is right behind your father. If your father is at war, now the uncle is going to be in charge. He's going to be with you. So this is a great example. When the little kid's father is on the battlefield, he's going to stay there and fit the key to be safe. Let's go and fight. No, you don't have to worry about anything. Your kid is under the. So this is really a nice picture I found out, and this is the way I end my presentation today. All right.
Question would you like to ask now about leader? Now, when did he die?
He died in 1969.
Okay, so he died before the intensity of the Vietnam conflict.
Yes.
America.
Yes.
Okay, so he was really considered a major leader because of leading out France.
Yeah, he ended up French as part of the support. He always wanted to unite the country. The reason why there's a lot of people in the South against him is because of the difference in politics. He said communism is not good, Democrats is better. But the only thing in his mind is that communism is a tool for him to save the country at that time, at the French time. But also he has his own theory on communism. So our country is a little bit different from China and from different communist countries.
Any other questions you want to ask?